Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sir Lancelot and welcome back to the channel. Now, I know I've been away for quite some time, and at the end of this video, I'll kind of explain that, but first and foremost, I just want to get into the main topic of this video, which is going to be the Yi Ling dossier. This thing looks interesting, sort of, kinda, and I'll explain that as we go through it. So the first thing I want to mention, which I'm pretty sure everybody's already aware of, is this is the community voted creature. It's called the Yi Ling, and it will be on, to my knowledge, only on Ark Survival Ascendant ASA for the Aberration map when that comes out. Now, to my knowledge, and I will be doing a video kind of updating all the information about ASA, but to my knowledge, it's only launching with the island, so we probably won't see this creature in the game for, I mean, a good couple of months, sometime next year if I had to guess. With that being said, I still do want to go over it because, again, the community voted it in. I heard there was some controversy about it. I haven't followed this vote too much, so I'm not 100% sure there. If you guys know more than me, drop it down in the comments below. I'm kind of curious as to what happened with all this. I've just heard little bits and pieces, you know, through the grapevine. So the Yi Ling, introducing everyone's favorite feather-firing fiend, the fierce Yi Ling. So the first thing I want to mention is this looks a lot like a Deinonychus to me. Real raptor vibes, feathers, kind of got a tail, different face, has a different beak, more like a drake or something is what's coming to mind, but again, it looks a lot like a Deinonychus to me. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, but let's go ahead and go over its dossier quite a bit here. This feathered fella is so much bigger than the Y species I knew in my day. Despite its aberrant size, Yi Ling is still somehow light enough to cling to walls and can even glide short distances. It's light on its feet as well, able to dodge attacks on the run. Kind of curious if we're going to have an actual dodge thing there. Who knows? We'll see. I'm glad Y seems to prefer prey smaller than itself because it can eject a spray of barbed feathers at an unhappy target before darting in to rip them back out. Its unique firepower may expose Y in the short term, but its protective plumage regrows fast. So before we get into the domesticated part, I kind of want to break that down. It's definitely going to be able to climb. The Deinonychus can, but it's kind of buggy from what I understand. And it can also glide a little bit. I don't think the Deinonychus can actually glide. I think it just jumps kind of far from what I've seen. But this is supposed to have a glide for short distances. It can climb walls. Seems like it's going to be a very nimble, agile creature. We'll see about that. It also says light on its feet, can dodge attacks. So I'm curious if it will have some sort of maybe strafe ability left and right to dodge certain attacks. Not sure, just speculation. The part here that really interests me is it can eject a spray of barbed feathers at unhappy targets. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm pretty sure all of y'all are thinking the same thing, is it can literally, maybe out of its tail or something, it can just shoot the feathers out kind of like a porcupine, but with feathers on them. I'm not entirely sure. It sounds really cool to me. But then it also says it can expose the Y in the short term. So we'll have to see what that means. My question here is there could be a couple of different possibilities. Will it just take more damage? Like the protective plumage, that's kind of what it sounds like. But maybe it'll also be something with its agility, since it's supposed to be a small, nimble creature. Maybe like if all the feathers on its tail get, you know, thrown out to attack the enemy, maybe it won't be as nimble when it's trying to escape or maneuver around for an attack. Just speculation. It sounds a lot more like it'll just take more damage based on the whole plumage comment, but that's just kind of what's going through my mind. If y'all have any interesting ideas on what any of that means, drop it down in the comments below. Very excited to see what y'all think. A tamed Yi makes for an excellent, if precarious, hunting mount. Some tribes use them as caravan scouts, others to torment enemy forces. I've seen Yi scarf up the weird mushrooms, congealed gas balls, and nameless creatures scurrying around down here. Who knows what effect a diet like that would have on its feathery weaponry. Watch what your Yi eats, and you just might learn to sharpen its fighting skills. So that sounds kind of interesting because, so first of all, you're definitely going to be able to, I think it'll be super nimble, is kind of what I'm getting at here. The caravan scouts part is kind of what gives it away for me. So the interesting part about this is it's kind of reaffirming my idea that it'll be a very nimble, you know, just run around, not too much of an attacky creature, more so a scout creature, like it says right here. They use them as caravan scouts and others to torment enemy forces. Maybe it'll just kind of pester, it'll annoy, but it won't be, you know, it's not going to be your big damage dealer, which makes sense. It doesn't look like the largest creature, but this is just kind of reaffirming that idea. So it said the Yi scarfs up weird mushrooms, congealed gas balls, and nameless creatures. Who knows what effect a diet like that would have on its feathery weaponry. So that leads me to believe that whatever you eat or your Yi eats can affect the effect that the feathers it shoots out has on the enemies. So I'm thinking if it eats like a narco type mushroom or something that would normally have that effect, maybe its feathers do narco damage, or maybe you could eat something that does, you know, different things, gives different debuffs. It might not even be a direct correlation to what that item does in the game. Maybe something about the Yi makes it do something different. So something kind of interesting to learn there, because it brings up three things: the weird mushrooms, the congealed gas balls, and creatures. So again, it might not be as simple as the Yi eats like a a narco mushroom or something like that, and then, you know, it gives an narcotic effect or a torpor effect through its feathers. It could be something completely different. I'm not sure, but I really do like how interesting that is. So I'm kind of curious, maybe it'll do some, maybe one of them will have like a smoke screen type effect, because it was saying use them as caravan scouts or to torment enemy forces. So maybe if you eat something specific, you can do torpor damage to certain like enemies, or you can maybe like enrage or scare enemy mounts, or, you know, other players' tribes, their mounts, something like that. So it definitely looks like there's a lot of possibilities for that. I'm kind of excited. I don't even want to see a guide. I just kind of want to go into the game when it comes out and just eat a bunch of random stuff and just test it out. If that's something you guys would want to see, like a video on that, let me know. Again, this is probably going to be a ways off before we actually get this creature, but if that's something you'd want to see, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, that's all the info we really have for the Yi Ling. So we'll see exactly what happens as it comes out. It also says it's an omnivore up here. I forgot to mention that part, but it's an omnivore and its temperament is aloof. So I'm thinking maybe in the wild it won't attack, kind of like the Aberaptors don't attack. They just kind of meander around. Maybe it's something to do like that. Who entirely knows? I'm curious to see how we'll have to tame them as well. That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, if you guys have any theories on what that feathery weaponry based on what it's going to eat is going to do, if you guys have any ideas, drop them down below, because ever since I read that, my mind's been kind of racing about what it could mean. But I'm super interested to hear what y'all think. So go ahead and drop those down in the comments below for me. I really want to read through them. But that is all we have for the Yi Ling dossier. So if you guys are new to the channel, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like, hit the subscribe button. But if you guys are returning viewers, if you've been watching my series, this kind of little end part will be for you. I just want to explain what's been going on with the channel. So I briefly went over it in the last video I uploaded about a month ago, part 13 to the Island series. But effectively what happened is my PC kind of bricked itself and we had to move to a new place to live. So we've had a lot going on this last month or two. I have slowly been buying new parts for the PC to test it out. I wasn't 100% sure what it was. I took it down to a little diagnostic shop like I mentioned last time. They said there might be an issue with the power supply based on the multimeter you used to scan. Bought a new power supply, that didn't fix it. Got some new RAM, that didn't fix it. Got a new motherboard, that didn't fix it, which leads me to believe it is the CPU now. I pretty much tested everything. I put in a known good graphics card in there. So I'm basically down to the CPU and the AIO, because the AIO I have is no longer functioning. I don't believe it doesn't light up. It doesn't make, the pump doesn't make any noise. I'm pretty sure that's dead as well. I think what happened is the AIO just kind of died, and that just caused my CPU to overheat to the point where it's just non-functional anymore. So I'm in the process of buying a new AIO and a new 5900X. Once I have those, I'm going to plug them in, cross my fingers to the Ark gods that it works so we can get back on this island series. But I wanted to give y'all a more in-depth explanation of what's been going on so you kind of understood. I do really want to say thank you everybody so much for the supportive comments you left on the last video saying I'm back, this, that, and the other. Trust me, I wish I was. I miss you guys. I miss the island. I want to get back into it so bad. I'm doing everything I can to try and get this PC back up on its legs as soon as I can so we can start playing again. But I just want to say thank you all so much for your patience. Even in my absence, the channel has continued to grow. You guys have been so supportive, and it really does mean the world to me. It's so motivational. Every day I look at it, I see new comments, I see new subscribers. It motivates me that much more to get this PC up and running back into the island so I can keep making really good content for you guys, interacting, and just getting ready for, you know, ASA, for Ark Survival Ascendant. I'm super excited to dive into this with you guys. So much going on right now, so much news. There's going to be a lot more videos coming out. One thing I am going to try and do in the meantime, I'm going to try some more news/update related contents, and not just on Ark, but on some other games as well. So I know that won't be, you know, the cup of tea for some of y'all, but it's what I can do in the meantime to make sure I can keep getting content out, because without my gaming PC, there's really nothing I can do gaming wise. My streaming PC just does not have the capabilities to actually run games and record them at the same time. So I want to make sure, you know, I'm still making some form of content for y'all. So I'm going to be trying to make those news/update videos. If there's anything y'all want to see specifically about news and updates, like, you know, new games coming out, new DLCs, whatever it is for any game, drop it down in the comments, let me know. I really do enjoy this, you know, kind of randomly reading around what's happening in the gaming atmosphere. So I figure if I'm going to be doing that, I might as well bring my personality, throw it in a little video, and just have some fun with it for you guys. But again, thank you everybody so much for the continued support. It really does mean the absolute world to me. I know I've ranted a little too much now. I do apologize, but I really do mean it. Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more news updates or anything like this, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, I will see you in the next one.